We've talked about the Comcast Time Warner proposed merger. We told you about how Comcast claims that everybody involved, including their customers, are really, really excited. I would love to talk to even one customer who's excited about Comcast and Time Warner, two of the least liked companies when it comes to customer service, are going to merge. I don't know anyone who's excited about that. We now are finding out about the behind the scenes and the money flow, and Politico has a great article which outlines how even before the announcement about the plans to merge with Time Warner, Comcast donated to almost every member of Congress who has a hand in the eventual regulation of this potential merger. Money from Comcast Political Action Committee has flowed to all but 3 members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Checks have landed in the campaign coffers of Senators Amy Klobuchar, who's a Democrat from Minnesota, and Mike Lee, a Republican from Utah, who oversee, listen to this, the chamber's antitrust panel. This article goes on to talk about how the cable giant has donated to 32 of the 39 members of the House Judiciary, who is going to have its own hearing. Now, Comcast stresses that its donations are a function of its business. They operate in 39 states. They have 130,000 employees. Of course, they are going to be donating because it's important for their customers and employees and shareholders that they participate in the political process. This is an admission that their contributions guide policy. We hear this despicable, obvious lie from elected officials that, hey, this is two sides. On the one hand, they get money from corporations. And on the other hand, they make decisions about law and about legislation and about funding and about all of the proposals they get and requests completely independently of money they've received. At its face, this is ridiculous. You are an idiot if you believe that. Because if it were the case, why would the money be donated? If the money does nothing, it would be just a donation to elected officials from these big corporations out of goodwill, simply because they like donating money to politicians with absolutely no return. The companies aren't stupid. Obviously, they know they get a return on this money. And it seems that week after week, we see these articles and people aren't outraged, or certainly not outraged enough, about the finance system here.
Yeah, at the same time, not only if the money did nothing, would these companies not donate it, but if the politicians didn't want the money, they could simply just turn down these donations.
No question about it. I mean, if it's just, it boggles the mind. You have to suspend disbelief about so many things to believe that this is any kind of a reasonable system. And here we're talking about both Democrats and Republicans, yes, but I want to take it a step further because there's another layer to this. Remember, it was conservatives on the Supreme Court that ruled in 2009 that corporations can donate directly to politicians, that money is speech, that corporations are people. If there had been a liberal majority in the Supreme Court at that time, we would still have a horribly corrupt system, don't get me wrong, but it would be slightly less corrupt, and that was a conservative move. Although today, as I told you, it is both Democrats and Republicans receiving millions and millions of dollars from these corporations and claiming that their decisions are not at all affected by who has given them money for their campaigns. Let's take a break. A lot to talk about today. Banana Man Ray Comfort will be joining us later today. That should be interesting. So many stories, so much happening today. Glad you're with us. Did you like that video? Please subscribe to our channel. Click the subscribe button below. Didn't like that video? Please click the subscribe button below and just leave us nasty comments.